Hey guys, this is Tagene from Money Coaching Services, and I am your money coach. Today we are talking about debt repayment. So there are two types of debt repayment strategies, and we're going to teach you about them today. So before we get into the details, I'd like you to hit like and subscribe so that you know when we are on. So let's get into the details. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So we're going to start the slide. So there are two repayment methods, debt avalanche and debt snowball, right? So these are the methods that are used for debt repayment. So which one is right for you? Because you using the right one will make debt repayment less stressful for you, and that is what you want. Okay, so the two ways to pay your debt are one, the debt avalanche. The debt avalanche focuses priority on paying the debt that has the highest interest rate first. The debt snowball, however, focuses priority on you paying the debt with the lowest loan or credit card balance first. All right, so we're going to explain each one and explain which one is ideal for which type of person or which situation. All right, so the debt avalanche, the main focus is for you to tackle the debt with the highest interest rate. What is the advantage? The advantage is that you will pay less in total interest and fee to the bank over time, right? However, the disadvantage is that you will need more willpower because it generally takes longer to get a win with this method compared to the debt snowball. People. All right, so who is the debt avalanche right for? The debt avalanche is ideal for persons who are able to make regular payments to their debt without missing the due date. So you still are able to make regular payments to your loans and your credit cards, and nobody calling you to say you need to make a payment, right? So if you fall in that category, then a debt snowball, a debt avalanche is for you. Why? Because debt repayment process can be stressful, and so you want to use a strategy that matches your current situation. So if your current situation is you're still able to pay all your loans and credit cards on time, even if you're paying your credit cards minimum payments, but you're still making them on time, this strategy or method is right for you. You can use this one. All right, so the debt snowball now is different. It focuses on you tackling the debt with the lowest loan or credit card balance first. What is the advantage? The advantage is that you will see a payoff of your loan or your first loan that you have on your list or credit card faster, right? So you're gonna feel good about yourself. The disadvantage of this method is that you will pay more in interest and fees over time compared to the debt avalanche. So who is the debt snowball right for? It is ideal for persons who are missing payments to their debt. You're not able to consistently make payments to your loans and your credit cards. So the debt snowball is right for you because you Why? Because the debt snowball allows persons like this or you to feel a sense of accomplishment because you get small wins in a shorter time, right? So you want, because you're not able to consistently pay all your loans and credit cards on time, you want something quick and easy for you to do so that you can stop getting the calls from collection, so that you can stop stressing out about repaying your loan. This one will give you less headache, right? So the debt snowball, once you're having problems consistently paying your loans and credit cards, this is the one that is perfect for you. All right, so put in the comments, I want to know, persons, if you have already used any one of these strategies, the debt avalanche or the debt snowball. What was the experience like? Yeah, how did you feel when you paid off your first debt when you're using one of these methods? Okay? All right. So how do you set up either of the repayment plan? All right, so the debt avalanche, you're going to deal with that one first. The debt avalanche, highest interest rate loan or credit card, you put it as number one. So you're going to list all your debts from the highest interest rate, which is number one. Then you're going to make minimum payment to all your loans and credit cards except number one, right? You're going to make extra payments now. So more than what is required, you're going to make to the highest interest rate loan or credit card for the debt avalanche. And when your number one loan or credit card is paid off, you cross that off, you put what is number two at number one, and you repeat the process. And that is the debt avalanche. So for the debt snowball now, your lowest loan or credit card goes to number one. So you list all your debts. So if you have 10 debts, you list the lowest loan or credit card, number one, then the next lowest loan or credit card, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then the next step is that you're going to make only the minimum payment to all of these loans except your number one, because your number one is the priority, right? So for your priority, you're going to make extra payments to the lowest loan or credit card you have for the debt snowball. People. And when your number one debt or credit card is paid off, then you're going to cross that out, put what was number two at number one, and you repeat the process. Sounds simple, right? It is. All right. So just do the process step by step. We even put an example. We know that what was explained is simple, but we're going to put the example anyway, just to give further clarity. All right. So say you have 3 debts that you have to pay, right? You have a credit card for 100,000 at 48%, yes. I'm in Jamaica and the average credit card is 40-something%, 45% to 50%. And number 2, that is you have a car loan, and the balance on the car loan presently is 900,000 and the interest rate is 17.5%. And then you have furniture loan, and the current balance of the furniture loan is 350,000 at 15%. So this is how you would list them down if you're using a debt avalanche compared to listing down if you have a debt snowball. So let's do the avalanche first. So the debt avalanche focus is on the interest rate. Highest interest rate goes first. The number one is a credit card for 100,000 at the highest interest rate of 48%. Cool. All right, number two for the debt avalanche is your car loan at 900,000 at 17.5%. And three is a furniture loan for your debt avalanche, 350,000 at 15%. So as I said, debt avalanche for persons who you are not missing any due dates for your loans and credit cards. This is what your setup would look like. Now, for the other people, for those of you who you are missing payment for your loans and your credit cards, this debt snowball is gonna help you tremendously. All right, so your list from your example up the top, your credit card of 100,000 at 48% would be number one, and the focus is the 100,000. 100,000 is the lowest amount that you have for that debt, right? Number two is a furniture loan for 350,000 at 15%, but the focus for the debt snowball is the lowest amount. So the 350,000 is the second lowest amount. And a car loan now of 900,000 at 17.5% would be number three for your debt snowball, because 900,000 would be the third lowest amount or loan amount or credit card amount for your debt snowball. So this is the setup, people. This is the setup. So we've done this so that there is clarity as to what you should do. So some of you will need to do some homework. All right. So Money Coaching Services, our location is 34 Lady Musgrave Road, and our phone number is 876-499-6701, right? You can email us at moneycoachingservices@gmail.com, or you can visit our website at moneycoachingservices.com. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing. All right, so in order for you to start doing either the debt avalanche or the debt snowball, you will need to have some information ready. Because when I do consultations with persons, they come into the consultation and some people don't have all their figures together. So what you're going to need, you're going to need to know what type of debt it is. Is it a credit card? Is it a car loan? Is it a mortgage? Whatever it is, right? You're going to list. So you're going to write what type of loan it is. Then you're going to need to know what balance matches that type of debt and the interest rate that matches that type of debt. So for all your debt, you need to know the type. Is it a credit card? What is the balance, current balance on the credit card? And what is the current interest rate? What is the interest rate on your credit card? With the credit card, guys, sometimes what happens is that the banks might increase your credit card from the original amount that you signed up for. So say for example, you signed up for a $50,000 limit, and over time, you didn't have any repayment problems at that time. They have gradually increased it, and now it is at 100,000, right? It is now at 100,000 as your credit card limit. You have to know what your current limit is. So some persons might still have in their mind that they still have the 50,000 limit because they are not focusing on the credit card statement. You're not looking at the limit on your credit card statement because you got a credit card at 50,000. So in your mind, you have a $50,000 limit. You're not paying attention to the details, right? So as I say, get the correct balances for all your loans, and you're gonna make your list. Make your list of all the loans that you have, all the loans, all the credit cards. Then determine what is your current situation. Are you consistently able to pay what is required to all of these loans and credit cards? If the answer is yes, then you can try the debt avalanche, which is focusing on the highest interest rate loan to pay off first. If you are on the other side of the spectrum where you are not consistently paying your loans and credit cards and you are missing your due dates, then you are missing your due dates not because you forget to pay on time, but because you don't have enough funds to pay all the time when it is due. Alright, so you can use the debt snowball. The debt snowball is you focusing on the lowest amount that you have when you look at all your debt and put that as number one. So the aim is for you to pay off the lowest amount first so that you can start feel some level of accomplishment, some level of empowerment, and get the ball rolling to you getting yourself out of all of these debts so that you can relax and feel some level of control. So put in the comments if you have ever tried the debt snowball or the debt avalanche. How soon after did you pay off your first debt using the method? If you remember. Are you debt free now because of using either of the methods? That is important too. The method I used was the debt avalanche. I used the debt avalanche, and that's a method I use to pay off my mortgage. So my mortgage was set up in tiers, in levels. So you had the one level, you paid a certain percentage, then the next level had another percentage, and so on. So I paid the highest interest rate tier first and put most of the money to the highest interest rate tier for the mortgage, right? So that is how I was able to pay off the mortgage. 17 years, early people. So that is for the debt avalanche, and that's the benefit of the debt avalanche. It gives you to pay less in interest and fees. But when your situation is that you're missing your due date, that is not important. The debt avalanche needs to put one side. The debt snowball is your savior if you're missing your payment, because you want to get your fast wins, you want to build back your credit quickly, and you want to stress less, right? So the debt snowball will help you to get back that sense of control, that sense of empowerment, and you're gonna feel better about the repayment process, and eventually you're gonna start getting those calls even before you probably reach to the last debt that you have on your list, right? So guys, just stay positive because the process, it takes positive energy. Positive energy. You need some positive energy when you're working towards repaying debt. And it is not a good idea when you have your debt and not to look at it, not to know where you are. All right, let me give you a story. So there had a client where she had missed some payments for her mortgage. And I said to her, how much payments you missed? And she said, it's about 6 months. She had not paid the mortgage. And I said, all right, in order for me to help you, I need to get the accurate figures, times, and interest rate, everything. So I said, go to NHT and request a printout and let them tell you how much months you've missed, what is outstanding. Yes, X, Y, and Z. So when she came back, she said she owed NHT. NHT said she missed not 6 payments, but 17 payments. 17, a 1 and a 7, not a 6. So this will happen because persons will get overwhelmed by the process of trying to repay the debt and not having a strategy to do so. And when you get overwhelmed, you get frustrated, and as Jamaican people would say, we can't bother. And they just stop looking at the debt. So this is us helping you not to reach to that stage, or if you reach to that stage, you can come back and say, all right, let me give this thing a try, you understand, and see what is possible. It will help you to really get things started out. Sometimes, however, if you have a lot of missed payments, you might need to do a debt consolidation, right? So if you are doing, if you miss a lot of payments, like the person with the 17 missed mortgage payment, that is too much missed payments. So she might not be able, she would not be able to make a big difference in her repayment strategy, right? There are situations where you are, what should I say, deeper in the rabbit hole than you would like to be. And sometimes because you've had the debt so long, you need some different strategies to help you to get back on track. So try the debt avalanche for those who have consistent payments to your debt. Try the debt snowball for those of you who are missing your payments. But once you pass, say, missing a payment for 6 months, then I would recommend that you try the debt consolidation, or you can reach out to us and let us give you some further advice. All right. So this is it for us today. Tell us if you learned anything new. Tell us what you're gonna try. Are you gonna try the debt avalanche? Or you're gonna try the debt snowball? What are you gonna try? Or have you tried any of them? And what has your experience been? Right? So we want to hear from you. Also, I'm going to put the presentation that I showed you on PDF so I can share it to you. So you don't have to come back to the video to watch it all over again to remember what are the steps. for the debt avalanche, different from the debt snowball, because I'm gonna make the PDF available to you so that you can print it off and have it as quick reference. So when you're doing your own thing, that you have your reference right there beside you. All right, so that's it for us today, guys. So the information as to how to get the PDF, that will be in the comments. So under what it says, I have a title that says about video. Anything related to the video will be under that heading. All right, have a great day, guys.